Your dog isn't asking you to play, not the way you think. What they're actually doing in that moment, most owners never notice. There's a specific signal hidden inside it, something researchers quietly link to emotional bonding. And once you see it, you won't look at your dog the same way again. You've seen it 100 times. They walk over, toy in mouth, and drop it right at your feet. Simple, familiar, easy to ignore. But here's what most people get wrong immediately: that moment is not about the toy at all. And if you assume it is, you miss everything that matters. Because what's happening underneath looks like play, but behaves like something far more intentional. And there's one subtle detail in how they do it: the timing, the pause, the way they watch your reaction. That completely changes the meaning. We'll get to that. But first, you need to see the surface truth, because even that is more complex than it seems. At the most basic level, yes, your dog is inviting interaction. They bring the toy, they drop it, they wait. It looks like a game request. But here's where most owners are already mistaken. If it were just play, the pattern wouldn't be this consistent, this deliberate, this emotionally focused on you specifically. Some dogs don't bark, some don't move, some just stare after dropping it, like they're measuring something in you. And that's the first shift most people never notice. This isn't about the toy, it's about response. And now here's where it gets deeper. Because your dog isn't randomly choosing objects, they are choosing something they value, then placing it in your space as if it belongs to you more than them in that moment. And this is where most owners misunderstand the entire behavior. Because in animal psychology, giving up something valuable isn't casual. It's a controlled act of trust and testing at the same time. A decision is being made in real time. Will you engage with me or not? And that question matters more than the object itself. But here's the first twist most people miss completely. This isn't just about trust, it's about tracking you. Your dog is studying your response speed, your tone, your attention, not as play, but as feedback. And if you've ever been too busy to respond or dismissed it without thinking, something subtle starts to change over time. Not suddenly, not dramatically, quietly. They stop initiating as often, they stop offering as much, and most owners never connect those two things. Because the dog doesn't stop loving you, they stop expecting a response. And this is where everything splits into two realities. In one, the dog keeps offering connection. In the other, they slowly withdraw the behavior entirely. Not because the bond is gone, but because the signal stopped working. Now, here's the deeper layer almost nobody talks about. When your dog brings you that toy, they are not saying, let's play in the way humans think about play. They are saying something closer to, are you available to me right now? That is not about entertainment. That is about emotional access. And the toy is just the bridge they use to test it. But even that is not the deepest layer. Because what your dog is actually learning in these moments is whether initiating connection with you leads somewhere or disappears into nothing. And over time, that becomes their emotional blueprint for how close they can come. Now, here's where it becomes powerful. Because if you respond, even briefly, even inconsistently, your dog is not measuring perfection. They are measuring participation. And that single difference changes everything. But if you consistently ignore it, even unintentionally, you are not just missing a game. You are removing a communication channel your dog was actively building with you. And they don't understand busy. They only understand response or no response. And that brings us to the part most people never expect. This behavior is not just about bonding, it is also about emotional regulation. Your dog uses these small interactions to stabilize their sense of connection with you. When it works, they feel anchored. When it doesn't, They start relying on you less for emotional feedback, not because they want distance, but because they learn not to expect closeness in that form. And here's the final truth most owners never hear: that toy was never the message, it was the test. The real message was always this: will you meet me here when I reach for you? And every time you respond, you are not just playing, you are answering that question. So the next time your dog walks over, drops something at your feet, and looks up at you, don't rush past it. Because in that small, quiet moment, they are not asking for entertainment. They are checking whether the connection still reaches you. And if you listen closely enough, you'll realize they've been asking you that same question in 100 different ways all along. If this made you see your dog differently, then subscribe to Canny IQ, because we break down the hidden psychology behind everyday dog behavior that most owners completely miss. And every new video will change the way you understand your dog even more.